Hey, I'm Aaron.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Evan.
And this is the Three Chords Cast.
Welcome back to the Three Chords Cast. We're so happy that you guys are here with us today. We sort of have like an in-between episode for you between part 1 and part 2 of episode 6. It's been about 2 months since we recorded, so we just wanted to record us catching up with one another, just getting to hear what's going on in each other's lives, and also, talk a little bit of Jesus, a little bit of God, some things that, we've been processing, and we'd just love for you to be a part of it. So go ahead and give this a listen and keep an eye out for part 2 of episode 6 coming very soon. Thanks so much. Yeah, so what's been going on? How are you guys? What have you been up to for the past 2 months?
Well, if we're talking meat and potatoes, I've been for the last 2 months just cooking the good Lord's chicken and waffle fries and serving it to the happy people.
Yeah, amen. Amen.
Bless
I do
them.
love Chick-fil-A.
I got to work prep today for the first time, so I was away from the chicken and potatoes and was working more with the salads and the wraps and the fruit parfaits. Did you know you can get a fruit parfait with no fruit?
So is it just a plastic cup?
It's a
With
cup, and they
parfait in
just,
it?
no, it's a parfait with
It's a
no
cup
fruit.
with
So they
parfait in
just
it?
put it. You get a cup, and you just slap some yogurt on there, and you're good to go. Call it a parfait.
Can you get a fruit parfait with no parfait?
No, that's not an option.
Is that
What
just
is
a
an
fruit
option
Fruit
though?
cup option.
So if you get a fruit parfait, take out the fruit, and then you can add Oreo pieces to it.
Oh,
Oreo parfait.
are we allowed to
You
do
can-
that, or is
you
that
can
just
get
like
an
an
Oreo
employee
parfait,
insider
Brother,
thing?
let me tell you something. So you can get what's called like
What?
you can get a
It's
cookie
like
fruit
the
parfait.
Chobani.
Literally, no, yeah, literally. So there's a parfait with, the yogurt and then the fruit, but then they also just add cookies to it. So if you order that and then take out the fruit, boom,
Oh my goodness.
free cookies and cream.
Whoever the cashier
parfait.
would hate you for that, to ring that up.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
they just have to yell it back. They'd be like, just
Yeah.
Just
do
do
this.
it.
Just
Say
it's-
my
they'll
pleasure.
just say my
It's a
pleasure.
special one, guys. Let's say my pleasure. Move right along.
So how long have you been at Chick-fil-A now? Has it been like
So-
3 months?
Yeah, I actually just had like my 90-day check-in. I almost said 90-day
Your
chicken.
90-day chicken. See, they've brainwashed him already, everybody.
They have.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I wake up in the morning, I pray, and say 3 my pleasures and go on my way.
Oh,
Oh my word.
We lost him.
sorry to our Catholic listeners.
It's been a little over 90 days now. I had my check-in meeting, I think, last week, which is pretty slick. They're kind of like, hey, how are you enjoying things? Is there any part of the process you thought wasn't done well? Can we handle stuff better? But then they're also like, also, by the way, if you want to work your way up in this world, here are some ways you can do so. So I got some, like little bits of testing and training and evaluation I could do and hopefully work my way up and around a little bit. So, yeah, fun.
That's good. You've been enjoying it as much as you can. Getting up early.
as much as I can, but also at the same time too, like you work with good people. It's a good job. There's a guy that's at my job who is, I think, literally like 2 months younger than me. So we're about the same age, but a lot of the other people we work with are either adults with kids and grandkids or like just fresh out of college kids or in college. So me and him kind of vibe just because we're around the same wavelength. We keep joking that we probably would have been best friends if we were in the same youth group together.
That's cool.
That's fair.
It's like, we're in the middle of lunch shift and we're rapping Andy Mineo for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
That's great.
It's
It's
great.
good to have those people at work, though. They make
Yeah.
it more manageable.
Yeah.
Kind of make it go faster.
It's a lot better that way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Anything else been going on?
No, I mean, serving on our worship team at our church we've been going to for the last couple months. That's been fun. I'm expanding my horizons a little bit and playing bass.
Yeah.
So that's
exciting.
He's
been fun.
slapping the bass.
Yes, slapping.
He's almost
But
a one-man band at this point.
at this point.
I mean, you basically
Yeah.
are.
I mean,
Right.
You play guitar, drums, bass.
I do no piano whatsoever. That's something I'll have to get to eventually. But
You can make up for that with acoustic guitar. You'd be fine.
That's right.
yeah, exactly.
That's great.
But yeah, it's been good stuff.
Cool, man. I'm happy to be back with you. Glad we can record again. Evan?
Now we have a few upgrades, so it all sounds
we
better,
got
looks
some-
better.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we got some hopefully faster internet speed for Aaron
Woo
with some upgrades. So,
Yes, yes.
Evan, 2 months for
Me.
you. What have you been up to? I know you're always so busy.
All I have is a new camera angle, I guess.
Oh, you got a cat?
I have a cat. She's around here
Camera
somewhere.
angle and a cat.
She's.
I thought you were going to say new cat when you started saying like a CA.
Yeah.
And
No,
then it was
she's.
camera angle.
We have an addition to our family. Her name is Mika. It's short for Mikasa. Do with that what you will. Yeah, I mean, life has just been so busy, but so good, so sweet at the same time. Things at the church are moving steadily in a positive direction. Obviously, there's things that, like with any church ministry, there's good, there's bad, there's not so ideal. I was going to say ugly, but I don't. It's just, I would call it not ideal things that you wake up and you say, well, I'm just going to keep going. That's what I want to do. And that's what Lord's called me to do. And, once you do that, you surround yourself with good people and good family to encourage you in that. It's been really sweet. Chelsea just had a trip in Kentucky where she met with a couple different churches. Her and the team met with a few churches. They met with guys over at 20 Schemes, which is based out of Scotland. They're doing a lot of the ministry that we've started with neighborhood churches to forgotten places is kind of not based off of, but a lot of the ideology has come from this ministry called 20 Schemes. So they kind of got to meet together and we're like, hey, as neighborhood churches becomes its own organization, which it is, it's like, what are some of the growing pains you guys felt in year 1, year 2? Like, how did you do financial stuff, etc.? So blessed
Kinda
to
like
have
some
Chelsea.
sharing of notes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
and Chelsea's the brain. Like, she has the mental capacity to think questions like that. I'm over here like, hey, where's the thing you need me to move? I'll move it over here.
I mean, there's planning people that are gifted that way, and then there's like the
Right.
doers, right?
Yeah, so it's
You're more of a doer. That's okay.
yeah. So had the kids for a week, which is great. Had a lot of help from the grandparents the entire time. I think it's been. When we recorded last, did we talk about guy banging on our door in the middle of the night? I feel
don't
like
think
we
so.
might have.
I remember
Did
you
we?
mentioned that.
So Chelsea's gone, and I'm with the kids. I'm sitting here. Didn't really sleep well that week. I was 2 weeks ago now, and the whole time I'm thinking because oh man, I'm gonna wake up and some dude's gonna be banging on our door at midnight, and it's not gonna be okay. Thankfully, nothing like that happened. So yeah. Things are going well. Things are moving. The days are long, but the years are short. And what I'm learning that means is like I blink and it's already Friday. And it's like, oh man, I need to take advantage of the time while we have it. Olin's gotten into soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy scored 3 goals in his last little soccer practice. So
What a
that's
little legend.
encouraging. I know,
Nice.
right? Well, and it's because, day 1, he just kind of stood there. He was real shy, real nervous, kept coming over to the sideline. Like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Now he's just having the time of his life. He's scoring goals. And, like you're standing there like, oh my gosh, he just scored a goal. And the kid who's supposed to be the goalie is chasing a butterfly. And it's like, it doesn't really matter, but it's also really encouraging,
Yeah.
So.
He's sitting
having
beside
fun.
the goal, picking his nose.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. My man. He's got priorities, got business, things to do. Life's good. It's full of it's not ideal things and hard things, but you just continue to walk in those things and surround yourself with people to help you in those things too. Yeah.
like your 3 chords, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
There was someone that said the other day, they were like, does it just feel like for everybody that time is just going so much faster than it used to? And not just like an age thing, because people have always said like as you get older, like time goes faster and faster. But I feel like after COVID, like quarantine, like just every week, like every month, every year is just like snap, just gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
From my experience with it, I mean, this is just the reality is our lives are full right now. So you wake up and you begin your day, coffee, quiet time, spending time with family, you go to work, and in particular with, like, that's general for everybody, specifically for us. It's like today, what I was up, I had a dentist appointment at 8 a.m. and I got back home at 10 p.m. because I had work. And then, I mean, I was home in between that time, but like when I was here, I was with family. When I was at work, I was at work. I was working over at UMass, the college, and you get home at 10 o'clock and it's like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
The day's over, right? Yeah. And it's not even over. Like, we're here chatting, having a good time. But you do that enough throughout your week, and then you begin blinking, and it's already Saturday, already Sunday, already, Ezra's 3 years old, and it was yesterday that we were at the hospital over, a few streets down, and like, oh my goodness, so the days are long, definitely. Like Chris, you were even just saying it, how some days just feel super long. And I think that's what makes the years, months, weeks, whatever, short.
Yeah. You don't even have time to sit and process like that the week is moving.
Yeah. Which makes it all the more important that you do sit and process, and you go to your people. I go to Chelsea, I go to other, you guys, other friends here, and try to process, because if you don't, it's like, what is actually happening?
Yeah. In my life too, it's like I'm trying to use some of that processing time to go to God too, because I know that I've been so bad at that, and I cope with stress by just taking on more things. And I was telling Aaron that today, like, I just take on as much as possible so that I don't have to feel those like feelings, and then I don't leave any time for the most important stuff. So my small group was talking about that this week. It's like finding that quiet time, because we're studying Psalm 23, which anyone that's listening that hasn't read that, please do. But yeah, we were working on the beginning of that. So, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. So we're talking through those first 4 or 5 verses. And they're like, what is it that you can surrender today? Which also kind of relates to what we're talking about. But it's like, when can you find rest? It's like just quiet, like no phone, no other people around, like just absolutely nothing. And I was like, I have no idea. When I mow the lawn, I was like, well, that's not quiet. Like, I usually listen to a podcast or I listen to music. So that processing time you're talking about, Evan, is like really like at the forefront of my life right now, like trying to focus on it, trying to find it, because I mean, we all are so busy, all of us, and we wear a lot of hats and turn a lot of, or what is it, Aaron likes to say, twirl a lot of plates at once.
Twirl a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking through this morning, because most days I get up like 4:15, out the door by 5, working 5:15 to 2 or 3 or whatever it is. You come home, a couple hours at home, eat dinner, put the kids to bed, and you're like, what just happened? And then after that, there's schoolwork, and you got to make sure like your bills are paid or whatever and stuff like that.
Adulting, as we like to call it.
Lexi hands me a stack of papers literally about this thick and just sets it down on the table and just goes, tell me what's trash and what's not. And so I'm looking through all of it. And I'm like, trash. Oh, we need to keep that. Trash. oh gosh, I forgot to pay that.
Yeah. Then the bills
Oh, no.
come and you're like, I wish
Definitely
this
not
could be trash.
I think that's
Right.
that we're gonna hold on to that for a day.
Have you guys ever heard of the book? It's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry.
Yes. Okay, wait. That's so crazy that you just say that.
Yeah.
So there's a streamer that we all watch and know of, Evan Perp, if you want to check him out on Twitch. I'm just not plugging that. That wasn't the goal. But he has been talking about this book on his stream this week because he's reading it, and it was recommended to me. I know that that's John Mark Comer, right? Who actually did one of the studies that my men's group did on the Sabbath, which was excellent. And so it's so funny. I feel like I need to read it because you're the second person within 2 weeks that has recommended it to me. I didn't mean to like commandeer what you were going to say, but
No, it's great. It's just God's providence telling you to get after it, you know. No, it's so good. It really is just, and without going into just an hour of talking about it, it's the back simply says how to stay emotionally healthy and spiritually alive in the chaos of the modern world. I I really benefited from it, and I think more so, like I read it. I think I read it 2 years ago because it was when we first came on at our church, and somebody had recommended, hey, when you know life is picking up and church planting, family, kids at the ballpark, traveling, life is picking up, and you need to pick this book up as well and just read it and think about just the ideas and the truths that he's written about just how the modern world and what our lives are demanding of us right now. It causes us to hurry and to just be restless, with no time to sit, to reflect, to spend alone time with the Lord. I don't know have you guys? Let me ask this, because I've never done this until the last couple of years. Have you guys ever just sat alone with God and like not with like the Bible, not even necessarily praying, but just sat in complete silence? Have you guys ever done that? Okay. I tried.
I'm a victim of my thoughts though,
Yeah.
because I usually get like anytime that I'm just still, and it happens to me in the shower a lot, like I'll just get down these rabbit holes of like thinking of things I need to do or thinking through conversations that I had that I probably could have had differently, like emails that I wrote that I should have written differently, or like work projects I'm working on. I desire so strongly to have that quiet time with God. I think I'm almost afraid of that silence because I don't know.
It's horrible.
It's scary
at
to
the
me.
start.
Yeah.
It's so scary. The same person who recommended I pick this book up said, "Hey, what if you took 2 to 5 minutes a week to just be quiet and don't do anything and just sit with the Lord?" And they said, you can do this at home, you can do this wherever. And I'm like, I'm not doing it at home because I have crazy children. I'm not doing it at home. So I ended up, there's a spot at one of the beaches nearby. And I remember like the instruction was put your phone in the car, lock the door, walk to the beach, sit on the sand, just sit at the water and just sit there and don't do anything for 2 to 5 minutes. And it was hard. It was very difficult. It was very scary when I was left alone with my thoughts, and it was something that, it was ironic because I'm like, oh, this is just one more thing to add to my busy life, and busy doing things and hurrying and all that. Man, it's been a game changer. To just sit with the Lord and sit and just kind of just be quiet. I found that in that space, I think about the things I don't want to think about. And I'm not talking about like sin or anything like that, but just like, hard things or emotions or conversations I want to have with my family. And conversations I want to have with the Lord. There's when I first started this, and this is my rabbit hole. Sorry, is when I was first recommended to do this, like I was filling my life full of things, and the person who recommended me reading this book, the same person recommending the Alone Time, it was somebody that I talked to about how we ended up getting to Grace Harbor, where we're at, and admitting to them that the way we got there was not ideal. It was hard. It was through unfortunate circumstances and things. A door slammed in our face, and that we thought was an open door. And this same person said, "Evan, have you lamented that? Like, have you not grieved, not mourned, but have you lamented that, taken it to the Lord and just given it to him and said, God, that's not okay. That was really, really hard." I was like, no, I haven't. I don't think that. I mean, I feel like I have a little bit of that, but I don't know really. And during that time of being alone, like I had to face that. There was actually this pent up, God, I feel like you screwed me over in a way that hurt my family. And I know that's not what happened, because we're here now and it's great and it's, it's exactly the way you planned it out. But it really hurt that walk of faith that you asked me to go on, and there's room for that. Like I love the Psalms, where David gets into that, because he's a human and that's how humans operate, especially those who are trying to trust the Lord. So anyways, great book, great thing.
Yeah,
Love it.
Can you say the title and author again? I feel like I kind of hijacked that at the beginning.
No, yeah. So it's John Mark Comer, and it's The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Fantastic book. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Especially for those of us who are just experiencing the chaos that this modern world has to give, and the rushness and the fullness of life that can lead to no rest and no just. I would highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
What have you been doing the last 2 months?
What have I been doing?
Yeah, what have you been doing the last 2 months?
I want to hear from you, Mr. Man.
So my wife and I, we took a trip to Norway. We went for 2 weeks.
Norway. Yeah,
we had it like sort of planned, and then
big summer blowout.
Are those the one with like the big beer shoes? Like
the what?
Or is that Iceland or Greenland?
What is it?
Walter Mitty, come on.
I don't know. Someone's gonna have to
big glass
fill me in.
beer shoe. Anywho,
Oh,
sorry,
that's
Norway.
definitely not Norway. They actually I feel like they don't
like
drink
Germany.
that much there. That feels like Germany. Maybe Iceland. I don't know if it's made out of ice. But yeah, it's like one of those Scandinavian countries, right? But we planned it about 6 months in advance. We were just trying to see how some things played out in life. It worked out that we were able to go. We just had the most like beautiful time in such a beautiful country. We spent so much time like hiking, eating, exploring a bunch of towns, just meeting really nice people, staying in some really cool spots. I think the thing that didn't really necessarily surprise me, but we didn't really think that it would be like the number one thing that we enjoyed the most. Like everything was fantastic, but just getting 2 weeks like uninterrupted together was absolutely incredible. And so we really needed that, just an escape from everything. Not an escape, that's not the right word, but just like some time away from stressors of work, like stressors of life situations, and just like the only purpose we had when we were there was to just be together and to explore. And that was like so refreshing and fulfilling for us. And it's funny how you mentioned like that quiet time at the beach, Evan. Like I tend to feel God the most when I'm in nature. I guess I feel the closest to him when I'm in nature. So if I'm hiking or camping or something, and I just felt his presence so much on that trip, because like some of these things, these natural like phenomenons that I was looking at, like there is no way that you can look at those things and not believe that there is a God who created them, because they're just absolutely stunning. These landscapes and these cliffs and just this beautiful dark blue water from glaciers, and it was truly a trip of a lifetime, and I just feel so blessed and fortunate to be able to take it, especially with my wife. It's my best friend, so it's really great. I mean, you guys are my best friends too, but like she's like OG best friend.
Oh,
but yeah, it was really good. And the questions people always ask is like, how was the food? The food, it was fine. That's not why we went. We didn't go for the food. Like if it was Italy, I'd be like, yeah, the food was fantastic. But there's a lot of fish dishes, which is not surprising because there's water everywhere. But there's also a lot of like international foods, which was surprising to us. Like we ate Mexican a couple times, some Indian food.
In Norway?
Yeah, dude.
That's
I'm telling you, it's very far from Mexico, but they had lots of Mexican restaurants.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Like taco places. I mean, it was good. Like, I don't know. I'm from Western PA, so my standards for Mexican food probably aren't that high. But I thought it was good.
85
any of
dishes,
our
5
listeners from like
ingredients. That was so
Texas
good.
and below, they can judge me. But
I love it.
yeah, the food was good. I tried fish soup, which was just like 8 different fish in like a broth, like a milky broth soup. Yeah, Aaron's making faces. He doesn't like seafood. It was like thinner than clam chowder, Mr. New England. And so I thought it was pretty good. Like other than that, it's hard to sort of explain everything that we did because we just spent so many days just walking aimlessly through towns and cities, just trying to see as much as we could and just learn about the people and the culture. And yeah, my favorite thing that I think we did, though, we did an overnight excursion to a super cool overlook called the Troll's Tongue. And it was a 16-mile hike round trip, but we got to stay at the overlook. So it was a 2-day hike. And they had like a full base camp set up for us. They cooked for us. The only downside was it rained the entire time. So we were drenched, like soaked the whole way through, rain gear and sweatshirts and everything. I literally like walked in shoes that every time I took a step, water came out of them for 2 days.
Oh, man.
But I wouldn't change it because it was so great. And we had a really great crew leading us, and we had just really great people that were doing it with us. And it's something I'll never forget. That's only one of the things that we've been up to for the past 2 months, but that was like the big thing. Other than that, kind of like you guys, God just keeps blessing us with good people in our lives, lots of great support as we navigate different things in life, and just getting through day by day in those weeks that feel way too fast. But lots of great things to look forward to. This was one of them. I was excited to get back with you guys again, to just chat with my buds and record something.
I think ironically, you're talking about those moments in nature. The time where I feel closest to God in nature specifically is when I'm at the beach, which is so ironic because Mr. Florida boy leaves Florida because it's so hot all the time. And why would you leave the beaches? I'm like, bro, because it's 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
You
Like,
just have
why.
to say humidity.
That's why. Like, you just, yeah. But ironically, like, I'm still ocean, just like that's
in
my
your blood
thing.
to love
It
the
is.
ocean.
It really is. And I have to be, like, when I'm by the water and I see the expanse of the sea, the waves, and that verse that talks about, when the waves, you tell the waves when to cut off, like when to stop and when to go. Like, yeah, that's just really sweet. And I'm like, in the same thing you're talking about, like, just in my brain, it's like, this can't be just an accident and oops and universe, right? No, like, the God is so sweet and he's so kind and he's so just gracious to reveal himself that way.
Yeah. Isn't it funny too that at least, you and I would assume a lot of other people feel so close to God when we're in nature because it's away from all of the human creations. Like, you know what I mean? All those distractions, our phones, like, I mean, not having cell service most of the time when I'm, on these hikes or, in these other countries or something. It's like so relaxing and so wonderful and just refreshing.
Yeah.
And then I come back to it and I'm like, why? Like, why? Why am I just crowding my life with all this stuff?
He's going to be in a log cabin with a big
That'd
beard.
be great. I just need internet so I can record this podcast with you guys.
Right. I wouldn't put it past you to build like a what is it called, like a water mill,
Oh,
water
yeah.
wheel or whatever.
water wheel
That's how you-
outside.
So that I can
Yeah,
have
that's how you get your
electricity.
internet.
I don't
Electricity.
think I
go.
can get Wi-Fi from water, but hey, you never know. Starlink exists. I'll be fine.
Starlink.
There we go. I don't know. I've found it really hard to get out into nature lately, so it's hard for me to process that. But something that I feel like I've felt God a lot in recently is in music. I spend a lot of time in the car going back and forth to work or to rehearsal or the store, sitting waiting in line for food, stuff like that. But I don't know. Recently, I've just found God so much in music, just what I listen to, and you know, I don't sit and listen to K-Love every day all day. Like, no hate to K-Love, but that's not what I do. And I think even just like listening to how an artist can weave something together just so beautifully. It may be a song that has nothing to do with God whatsoever, but just hearing that there is skill and talent that has been developed in that person's life, that God originated in that person, being made in his image, and just listening to that and thinking, wow, my God is so good that he inspired somebody to do that. Like that. That's what I've been feeling a lot lately, because it's just, I don't know, that there's just been a really big connection with that over the last 6 months or so, really. Even like I've been picking back up on artists I used to listen to in high school. I want to put together like a Spotify playlist that's like, you found the youth pastor's kids iPod shuffle back from 2012. You know, like that's I want to put that together.
If you do that, I'll link
please
it
do
in
it.
this
Dude,
episode
like,
description.
That's a
for you.
millennial's dream right there.
Yeah.
You know what I heard today, Aaron, that made me think of you? I listened to DC Talk today,
Oh, I love DC Talk.
and it made me think of you.
Dude,
Jesus Freak was my jam.
Oh man,
At Chick-fil-A, they have out in the lobby or the dining room, whatever, they have like their instrumental music, because I guess people complain enough, this is all Christian music, why can't it be like, you know? So they made it all instrumental. It's funny that there are songs that you can tell is just a direct rip of the artist's track that they got rights to, but without the vocals in it. But then there's other ones that's like, they had to kind of do their own instrumental version of it and put it on there. The DC Talk song "Between You and Me" is on there, but it's like it's not the direct rip. It's one that they did.
It's close,
but I'm listening to it and I'm just like, this is great.
And you're singing it in your head.
It's great. Yeah, I'm sitting there like eating a biscuit and just like humming to myself, and people are like, how does he know every song on here? And I'm like,
right?
Who's that crazy
Sorry.
guy whispering
Like
to
they're
himself?
all looking at their shoulder at you, and you're doing the Kevin Max.
yeah.
That's so
I
cool.
got something to say, so let me say it today.
I love it. I love
that the same way that we're all like created differently, and how you're talking about like the gifts that those people have, those artists, we all find connection to God in different ways too. Like your brain is so wired, like from a musical perspective, that's where you see him. Like I wouldn't experience that the same way. So that's really, really cool. I think that's just as powerful as finding God in nature. It's even more accessible too. Like you've kind of got an advantage there.
Well, that's like, yeah, like you said, that's what's been most accessible a lot of the time, and it's so diverse too. You know, in nature, we have hills. We don't have like mountains really. I'm not close to mountains, but we have hills and trees that are all being cut down so they can make room for apartments and all this other stuff. And it's not, you know, like, to have a significant change in nature, like going to the beach or going on a hike or something, like it's just not as accessible right now. So finding the presence and connection with God through what's most accessible is important.
We still need to have our meetup in the Shenandoahs, so that we can go hiking. We can drag you and your wife hiking.
Yeah. Well, I think out of all of us going to that place and going on a hike, I feel like I'd be the one getting dragged more than anybody else.
That's okay. We'll motivate you somehow. I'll like hold you.
We'll give you a ukulele and a guitar and a drum and a bass.
Lexi just gave me a little in the background.
She knows.
She does.
She's like the honorary member of the podcast because
Right,
she gets to
right.
listen to it before we
if,
put it out.
if that made it on
right.
audio, get it in
Well,
there.
your end of it, that's it.
There
But
you go. So yeah, it's been a solid over 2 months now since we've recorded. We really wanted to just kind of sit down and recap a little bit. We'd also love to hear from any of you guys. What's some things you might have been missing while we've been gone? What are maybe some topics you look forward to us talking about? Where do you listen to us at? Is it during the commute? Is it in the gym? Is it while you're just sitting on your break? We'd love to hear from you guys. Our socials are always open to all DMs. We also have the 3chordscast@gmail.com. You can always send us a message. Would love to be receptive to that. But as we look forward to part 2 of our episode about just surrendering control, we want to encourage you to come back for that. We'll hopefully have that recorded very soon. We can't wait to have you guys with us on the next episode. So until then, find your people, love your people, and keep your people close. We'll see you next time.